Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates. Inside Story Uganda.
Good morning, mwebale kwantina tera kumkutu kwa muli encheno eolunaku olwalero. Ndino mkuku na Tamale Mirundi gwetulina ye encheno na olwalero mutabani wa Yowana. Bwetu wetukende on this Friday morning. Okufuruma kutya wali badole mede mu nyumba
baga majini
mbo majini gakutambuza
ati badiro mu serikali wangu omune bamugamba nti atuso kuumula nenze nga nabawulira dda mbo baleeta omulala ambattula essasi nabana abaliwo bamutte obujulizi bubule nange ono namulemezaawo nze mwesasulira
bo baali bagaiti atuso kuumula nga bagala
bamusalayo nibamu ma contract
kakati nga bakuwaddo bagala okuwogera kubalala essasi nabana balaba mutte obujulizi bukomaawo
soko uli kiri mu ggwanga yongerako eddoboozi
atuwuliriza
kiri mu ggwanga
kampulire omukukunavu kiki kiri mu ggwanga
soko uli ekiri mu ggwanga.
You imagine the principal calling you and he's telling you that you see I know and I understand every deal that you're cutting. Behind the curtains, you think I don't know. I'm not really able to find exactly what you're doing. So I was like, you see, Your Excellency, I actually don't understand what you're talking about. So he goes ahead and mentions every person we have been meeting with the full details. And of course, there is totally no doubt it is Tamale Mirundi behind this whole saga. The exposure has been made by Tamale, and I'm certainly very sure that he's the same person doing it. So he really continued and gave the exact explanation of what we call it the political fellowship, and he described it the way with core information, the core secret that we really had. Forget about what Tamale has been talking about. It was deep, it was detailed, it was actually into the marrow, deep in the marrow. It was fully explained. And it was a worrying situation. I'm telling you, it was a very worrying situation. So at the end of it all, I had nothing to say. There was totally no way to defend myself. But to accept, I really had to accept. So you mean you totally accepted? I had to accept. What else? Actually, what else would I do? But to accept, because he was telling me the actual truth. The places where we meet, the times when we meet, and the core agenda why we meet. And he really told me, like, this time I'm only going to move with the relevant people. So simply make yourself relevant by going back, tell your team, tell your fellowship that everything is doomed. Otherwise, short of that, you're going to be very irrelevant. I don't know what exactly that means. If you're not relevant at all before the principal, it means you're either in jail or you seek asylum elsewhere. No, actually, that is so shocking. It is really far-reaching. How can we go through all this information? What is the role of Tamale Mirundi? Normally he talks about these things that I've been telling you that we are very insecure. But you simply say he's always guessing. The man is guessing. But some people are telling me fetishes and they cannot be believed it is myth. Really, what are you calling myth? There is totally nothing like myth here. Everything was factual, actually. It is because you really listen to this man. But the chairman was here to explain each and everything. He's coming, he's going to tell you. He was listening to each and everything. And that's Tamale Mirundi talks about when he's on radio, when he's on TV, and he was telling us that it is a risky venture that we are going into. Some things we simply didn't tell you, but he was telling us the man is saying exactly what we say. The statements we make is exactly what he says. It is as if he's always present amongst us. So that is what he was telling me, Chairman was telling me. There he is. So Chairman, please excuse me.
Hey, Chairman, I'm telling you. I'm
has always been talking about the issues we talk deep inside, in between the four walls. The man has been talking about them. Am I talking the truth, or it is just JV?
No, actually, yes, I'm sorry, I've come a bit late. But I told you earlier that we are taking on a risk venture because whatever we are doing, much as it is behind the curtains, the man talks about exactly what we do. And we are like, this man is just a magician who uses fetishes just to find, you get it like any witch doctor. All those old traditionalists, the oracles, in the Greek myth. And I was telling you, we are risking something was efficient, things were not moving on. Well, I told you that.
Exactly, you told me. And this is what I'm telling my brother here. He's not believing. I'm telling you the truth. That whatever we have been saying, this man Tamale Mirundi has been fully informed. And there is totally no doubt he's the same person who went and delivered this information to His Excellency. Because we never had such things. Why is it that several other things we do, they're not mentioned by Tamale, but specifically whatever we do when we are together is what it follows. It means amongst us is, how do you call it, a transcoder, something like that. A transmitter, a transcoder, something like that. So we are really risking a lot. And these days recently, this man is trying to attack our political career, because that is exactly what he says, that we destroyed his political career. So he is much willing to make sure that we simply don't have a political career. We have a total annihilation of all our political dreams. That is his mission, and that is what we're looking at.
Well, that could be very right. And I'm actually understanding. So this means a lot. And by the look of things and the way I look at you, the scare, you look so frightened. It seems like you are dumping everything immediately.
Let me tell you, the instruction and the directive, the order has been, if you really want to be very relevant, go talk to your friends, your fellowship mates, and tell them that this will not work. If you want to remain relevant, disband it immediately, and I will know when you disband it, and I will know when you resist. So what else do you expect me to do?
So you mean that is from His Excellency?
Exactly, it is from him.
So then what are we left to do? Please. Because you have to tell us what exactly are we going to do? What can I say really? What can I say? It seems you're all drowned in the fear, in all of that. What exactly do you expect me to do?
It's not about the fear. No. It's not about the fear. It is about the point and the objectives that we want. When you look at this objective, like we discussed with Avanda yesterday, he was like, you see, the timing might be wrong. We really needed to wait. So it doesn't make much sense to get it, to this level. And on the second note, I'm just asking myself, why didn't the principal call for you and instead called for me? Couldn't he tell you?
No, possibly. When I met my mom, I think that is where the information passed, because she was also telling me to disband this project until further notice.
Mama we.
And I think it was the cause for the previous meeting at what we discussed it already for detail.
Well, then what else are we left to do? Me particularly, I don't want to engage in those things. If we are going to be tossed like that, then we should simply give it up. To me, I see no meaningfulness continuing with this project when indeed we are simply fomenting trouble for ourselves. Now, if the way I understand the principle, when he says you make yourself relevant, he's telling you are turning yourself into an enemy. And once you are relevant, you are either in the jail, in the grave,
you seek asylum elsewhere. That is what I understand. It has always been the same statement. I mean, use it, what they used it, make yourself relevant. It is a direct warning that you are putting your life at stake. You are looking at disorganizing yourself. And there is a very, very great reason we should think about why he called you, not you. Exactly, that is what I'm also thinking about. Why not you? Why was it myself being called to come and tell you, and yet you're even closer to him than me? Why was I called? That is also my question I'm asking myself. Why was it me, not you? So it is, I mean, it is a blank check. It is a blank check. Say something, brother. Well, what can I say? It seems you people are going to abandon me, and I don't think it is correct for me to insist on, bringing you together, because at the root of it, even if you stayed around, you'd be here to spy on me. None of you is positioned to help me, to arrive with me. It seems you're all scared to the bone marrows. It seems even blood is boiling in your veins. So should we hear of Mr. Tamale Mirundi for this other abortion of our plan, for killing our progress, for shattering and burying our dreams? So should we say, hey, Mr. Tamale Mirundi, is it what you're insinuating right now? Because when I look at your faces, it is like each of you has given up on me. I'm really very sorry on my side, and I'm talking actually on my side. From the one when we launched this, I think the agenda was very speedy. We tended to be very, very fast, without regarding the current situation. Like we normally discussed that we needed a political platform, and we cannot form a unique one except first of all stabilizing the current platform on which the regime resides. So I think there could be some challenges, but they shouldn't destroy us to the zenith.
You Professor.
We shouldn't get divided. And about if such a blasters come up, I think it is not that we are losing touch with everything, but I think it is only telling us to relax the project until further notice. You cannot really condemn us for taking a step which comes from the orders of the principal, obviously, to secure ourselves. And secondly, by calling honorable rather than you, yet is sending honorable to you, is that is saying there is no biological attachment. There is no blood attachment with him, so this one can be a good messenger. Now, for you in the bloodline, I think you have survival measures that really can help you and keep you secure than anyone else. So that gesture is simply telling us that you are outsiders. You are outsiders. The project you're running, if it is going to hurt, it is going to hurt you most. And the person you're working for is going to be secure because it's in the bloodline. To me, that is how I understand, and it is what I perceive of the situation and the way things appear. Exactly, I think I've said it clearly very well. So this is what we are, and this is what we have. Please, my brother, what I'm begging you, I
cannot say it all that was taught to me because some may seem very irrelevant. But he really taught me so much, and I have to respect it. I'm still surviving on his food stamps. I'm still surviving on his mercy. If he ever leaves me, I know where I came from. I don't want the same insults that Tamale Mirundi has always been throwing into my face to come back as a new reality. So please, I'm begging you. I'm signing out this project, and I'm not going to be part of it anymore. Until further notice, not with the bad intent, but for the safety of us, for the safety of you. You need a happy marriage. We are faced with the challenges. The court has been moving on. I don't know what really has been happening in there. We are in a very, very tough scenario. Much as we need to negotiate very fast to have political power, we still need political relevance in this regime. Otherwise, if it outcasts us, we have no survival ways. For you, you can survive because you're already attached to the center. For us, we are always clinging onto the center. So they're just doing a favor to us. For you, you are simply, it is your privilege. So that is what we should really understand, and you're going to forgive us for that. Personally, I'm going to sign out. I don't want to be part of this project anymore. And there is something else that we can keep doing. Please, I'm very sorry. I have to sign out. No, that is your choice. I cannot tell you that I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm not the determinant of your decision. I'm not the maker. I'm not the destroyer. Everybody comes by free will and goes away by free will. Personally, I retain my ambition, and I know I'm not going to work alone. If I'm losing you, you're very hard to replace that, I tell you, but I will try. So, I just ask for your forgiveness for the time that you have really spared with me. We are not separating friendship. We are going to deal on all of the other fronts. But if it comes to political engineering, I think it is a turnabout. What is an about turn? So let us reorganize ourselves for something else. I'm not going to force you to work on this. So that is it. Chairman, what is your take?
Oh, really, for me, I think I'm doing it the same. Because when you look at what we really have and what we should have to go through, it is like, it was a warning shot to us. And it is exempting you. Like I said earlier, for us, we are here by favor, for you are there by privilege. So we are simply struggling to get to somewhere, for you already somewhere. And they're well protected and hampered by blood. So, for us, we are water versus blood. Normally, blood is thicker than water. So, I don't want to make us imagine that we are losing a friendship. We are just losing a project. The abortion has been effected, and come rain, come shine, it all is rooted from Tamale Mirundi, because according to your explanation, it is like Tamale Mirundi has it all. If it's to blame for the abortion of this project, then that should be Tamale. To me, that is what I think. Don't just think that. I'm telling you particularly that I have had exactly what His Excellency has said. The program you recorded from Saturday, I have listened to it very carefully. I listened to STV, something like that. And I really watched it all. I watched it, Tamale Mirundi. I listened to him very clearly. Whatever he said is exactly what His Excellency was telling me. It simply means he served several clips because he was saying, I'm listening and I'm recording you and I'll play them back. It seems he has delivered everything to His Excellency. And His Excellency is fully aware. Whatever information he was telling me, it was exactly what came in. If Tamale Mirundi had not talked about it, I would simply believe that one of us was betraying each other. We were betraying ourselves. But now, that is where we are. I don't want to continue in this. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
I beg to leave immediately.
No, that is okay. Well, we have several other tasks to work on.
Okay.
I would advise, like how our founder said yesterday, let us give it a grace period of about 6 months. We suspend it and put it in abeyance. We study the situation and then we give it 6 months. I'm very sure you're going to remain minister. That shouldn't scare you at all. You are going to be a minister. Then I'm going to find for you a job. Keep the mobilization silent in a strategy that says be present but remain invisible. That is going to help. I hope we can agree on that.
Well, to me, I have no problem with that if reality materializes. But
yes, that time is a necessity. We have to take it up.
Well, to me, it will still remain in the balance. I'm going to keep checking left to right, up, down, and center to see if the conditions are out. Really, after we have seen what transpires in this time, which is beginning a day after tomorrow, then it is very okay. We're going to look at it all. So let us simply wait and we view how everything, unfolds. That is the most important thing that we need. Otherwise, I don't want us to give energy to this project, but we can remain very observant. We can remain very keen to certain situations, circumstances, and events, and then we can base on that to see what comes next. Rather, I don't want to be very active in any way.
Anyway,
That is okay. So I wouldn't like to hold you longer
in this place, but I believe we understand each other and we know exactly what we want. So we are in this together. I agree. I also succumb to the pressure, and then let us see how we can handle it from there. Really, I know it is a taxing situation. It is a taxing situation. Uncle Sam, first of all, refused to help us. Professors refused to help us. Everybody has refused to help us. And currently, we are also departing from the project. But to remain in contact, we still have a case to answer together. We need the support of each other. We share the same problems, we share the same dreams, we share the same pride, we share the same fire and brainstorm. So let us move together, please. Let us do not abandon me, do not dump me.
Right, ekibina cha yabusemu.
Babadde omanyi bo bagamba nti gavumenti egudde.
Kati ate bakkiriza nti gavumenti we.
Baga nti Museveni tasobola kumala ku myaka egyo ne Bashir teyagimalako okulayira si kikulu. Kati bali bagamba to prevent a political vacuum. Boko bakolewo a parallel government in waiting. Kakati baguze ennyumba ne bagiteeka eri waterproof, eri sound proof, eri voice proof.
Waterproof kitegeeza ki?
Bw'oboogera towulira. Balesa abakugu abayisirayiri neme kubayingira naye abasajja bagamba nti oyo ayina mayembe.
Amayembe gote kati
yatubega omukufe yatubega bati bakkiriza nti ono technology. Abantu bangi bayita bakkiriza nti ono technology waali. That's why mbakwatidde ebbanga ddene.
Naye kati obamaze.
Kakati akkiriza nti omusango akuwuganijeguli. Nti fenna gutusibye fenna wamu.
Sedagera go organize to no musango we have a case to answer tuwamu tetweri amulwe to
kagala atebo bagala kutanze
kandi kati rutika
atati atenga mamanyi nti nabategeera nti omuserikali wange omu bamuganti ali tayalize
anti webagala okuttira
baleta omulala bambalule bakifuna
webagala okuttira fellowship ogiuziza abasajja batusso government owaye kati bituuse
bolo kibawamba government
ebalemye kati
lwaki bagiwamba
kati ebalemye
zibanwanyisa
bango lyaga nti
okuva mu state house
yonna president byabagambye nga gwobimuwa gwobi
miso
kati fellowship ojabiza bango oli atuse kumugamba nti wajjo oyagala
akoze meeting endala yatudde ne chairman ate ne bakola endala balina empya gye batudde ne bagati tuyinza kita
bakyalemedde
atutegedde olida ate tukita tutya tulemere ku kigenda
ati yabategedde nabagamba mwetereze
ati nkugambye
chairman yagambye
baddemu ne batuula
enjogera yenetereze
chairman yakomyewo ne bamuwane sente n'amusuubiza omulimu mwavu nnyo
project gye bakolako gye baagala okwabalodi
bo baga nti ekintu kya Museveni kiyiise they are going to have a political vacuum. That political vacuum ono ya jifiringa.
Ono government ya ina blood relation.
Blood relationship.
Boba lyabalala bali kufevu.
Yabagamba mutira bwerere. Bwitute kino kigenda kuyika nza muyani saida. Bwishiyika nga festival tukiyorawo kigenda kuyolibwako omuntu omulatu bonebone. Bibiri mu parliament byaba nankabiro. Ebibakubya kadaga. Nankabiro bamu millions of dollars billion 5 go and attack
billion 5 za dola
billion 5 za Uganda nankabiro go and attack okadaga beya nako mukube nankabiro wana
kakati nga nede tumukuba
oyo nagamba I prefer to work with the northerners. We can only use Baganda no business. Akakasajja kagambi ndi abaganda kundu mutukozesa nkozesa akintu yipusi. How can I support you with that agenda when I'm part of Uganda? How can a small clique of criminals sit down to replace Museveni's government? Uganga baba funana kutabana kubatwala bwero kubatunda mu organize. If one of these people takes the power,
anti atwala
to full a diary farm,
atwala power about to take power.
Yes, anti batu tabusi kati batu subula batu twala butwaze kutuyola. I cannot accept this. Titumutwali sente tumukolechi. No. You have tried. I survived the poison 5 times in the State House. Omanyi abana abo babinyo. Wanu chobola zikiriza mushiriki. Olumu twali tugenda London. Ne badya kamera ne baziteeka mu enjaka. Batukwatireyo. Cameras zino, still cameras, nezo gundi video cameras.
Ezigendo kwa tumukulu.
Tugenda London. Bwetutuuka ku airport.
Yawa.
Wano Entebbe. Tugenda okuyingira. Ne batukubira essimu. There is a function at State House. Cover that function. Tell us the story and the photos.
Abali bagende London.
Nemuda kukola wano. Ate aba State House sibe bakwata enjaga. Nimbaga look here logically. If those boys actually were taking marijuana abroad and they knew that your machines are effective, bali zebatia bayingire mu State House n'ebyuma ebiri mu enjaga ekitegeeza enjaga was planted. 2, we have a pool tewali ayina kamera nti eno yono
muzijo wali
singa sabayamba omanyi nti tiimu baali gikwatiddeyo ebweru ntukukusenjaga abaana abo babi. Allow any of them to take a power.
Bali bagala kuswaza president.
Kukwata nze
kadi gobali kutenga press secretary nti go atumia bani jaga mwaba danga tumuzigati
wali olunaku lumu bayita president yayita ba traditional leaders owa Buganda as usual teyajja. President n'agamba nti this one and this one must appear prominently. Museveni is a humble man. Yayita photographer Kato namugamba nti ekifaananyi otukutte nakabera ne mukamera nga mwekiri nakimulagako
president gachiraba ngagala kifaananyi nani
ate nkugambye nti yayita ba traditional leaders n'abaga nti you must ensure kyono nono mwebali Kato nakuba ebifaananyi nga bisatu Museveni namugaleeta kamerayo nakebera nga ekifaananyi mwekiri sawa 12 Museveni rings me. What happened to my photo?
Mbona bilizadi ezo kumacha babuti
bakituteyo
ezo kumacha babuti
nga nakalema yakubidde ka bushenge simu president byagamba ba featuring prominent nga baba jemu
nakalema yali awulira
kawagati president atuita sijiwe na ngamenyevu nnyo. I tried to explain professionally. You see, normally when you send a photo to a newspaper, they have what we call cropping. They can reduce its size depending on the space they have. Kosobola kubira abamawuli esemeno bagamba tinina story bweti ne baganda kuba ya paragraph bwezi is the only space we are remaining with. So when nawuliriza nabuuza Kato, is that what happened? Did you send the photo there? Ngabali beganye tebaneki. Nayo kwa bushenga. Kakali marifa yeta kula Mungu.
Baveko. Kati Kato na agamba atya. Ekifaananyi hitwa.
Musiru. Kato na ganti I don't remember. kakati President nangamba Mr. Mirundi, I always listen to you, I respect what you say, but you don't know what is eating you. Ngachategeza nti these people you are defending bali part of the scheme. How could this man say that he does not?
He doesn't remember a camera person. Ngatajukira kifani.
Ni hata iba amugoba.
Ngatajukira wa kifani.
Katoya agenda ewabwe ye nakaseke. Abalunzi bente ne bazitani zirya kasoli we mungi. Nazikuba. Bamukuba emiggo. Bakuba kate emiggo. Nembaga, I can let me tell you, these people, there are no people who can beat up a chief photograph of the president.
Bariba manyi?
Kushalo.
Ngama indi mkube mfani.
Bamu kube migo katondo bamuti. Katete kwentuno ulia katonga bajja mutira wano. Nemu wali commandation. Agende kubisa commission. Bamuwe visa doke. Cause nga media yateka you that directive. Any state house staff must be cleared by the PPS. Never mukubiresi. There is a person here from State House has been recommended by the spokesperson of the president contrary to traditional rules. Media nambira nemugamba. I did it in a good faith. I want this man to leave this.
I'm gonna feed one.
I'm going to mutira wanira yaduka.
Amere nakizaganya nawe.
Yaduka. President bali bamugobi president amukomyawo. Nalongo mama we. Yafumbiranga president emere munsi. Oyo mwana yali driver wa gundi. Yali driver wa Onapito, musanga driver wa Onapito.
Oyo yafoka photograph oluvanyuma.
Nenga mukubi wa bifaananyi mulungi nnyo. Bano bejiwa kali. Si professional si kinenga omanya abantu abatasoma nyo bagula spelling ebintu omuntu atasoma azanyira ku simu gwe n'ogyewuunya
kituufu
ajja kikulaminga bukulaminzi kati katukoze very good photographer technology eyo nanga ye akulaminga mukulaminga president namuga nti akomewo kagati katogwa akomawo nagamba maisani
avune eyanda nije
ereta kali abu president yagula ne bagano mubasasula they are not fully paid. Nina longo mama wabwe nafa mysteriously kuba president yali amuwagala nnyo ngaji naga yukatu mutabani wanga akomewo naye katoba amukuba emigo nga akutte kamera eyo anafanya nini wewe mwendesha wa gari ndisaba bulidde nti omuvuzi w'emmotoka yafuuse bamukuba kiboko nze singa siina shiriki nze nesika shiriki ndi muntu wa shiriki omuzi kutapa kumagabe kaka jajje iwe nango tebagamba jajja wazala nyoko bakitawo bali menyini bali abakambu aba abana bwe batampe kongenda bakole bintu ebyo nja kuyingiza ko mutule
chawedde
ekyo kubiri njagero yo w'amaanyi ngali munyonyi mubabi ko mwendanga bwe yenyaga munyonyi n'abazungu washuka bwadawo washuka bwadawo bamugereko ku kishawe kiddako amuteni ndiyo amukepe bovo doing it
Tamale ekyo kituka ko lwakyo busungu obujjawa
yes
owenkaliddawo
abana bamanyabonyeza emyaka 7
nendawo bamanyabonyeza
you see
you've revenged
they are very arrogant fellows bagaba muwe sente bakolechi basigalenga bakola basule mu 7 ebyuma bituguze mu 7 ya muwe bifu how can a relative of the president tell me nti ebyuma bituguze ngoli omuwa bifu because you are panicking mubbi buli kamu obye nyama obye amata obye nyanja obye buli kantu konna kakati bikabirira ebintu bimukabirira singa kubira akatambike bayogedde ku muhozi tibwe bamuplanting special forces bagiteekamu abantu ne batulugunya abantu bamukyawo era oyo musanyufu nnyo yagamba oli ali indicted yetali indicted ti okujjako nga kize bayipolokese nti ndi member wa family kati mukoddomi omuplaningiramu oti abantu. The boy is very dangerous. Museveni mansando yizimuko. Otherwise, abantu bajja tujinja mukiza kutufuga.
Ebizibu President Museveni byakoze.
Byonna biva mu family ye.
Byonna President Museveni byasobodde okusolvinga n'oku. Ekyo kizo mulema.
He must anti kati abatumidde. Yagobye bano. Naye nkugambye nti ono mutani wakajiji yadduse. Mutani wakajiji yakaba gwe yayise n'afuka mu mpale. Tumubaze yafuse mu mpale yo yajukumira oyo gwe yayise ye yadduse naye meeting endala yatudde okumanya Museveni ali mu kizibu yakoze listi y'abantu abali corrupt bayagala omuntu omwakwate batumyeyo omuntu ne batula mu sipiika ekiro n'amulaga listi y'abantu n'enkyogera temwatudde mu sipiika yakirawo nembalabanga mu exchange nga listi eyo ate nga ono muntu wa Museveni ye senior man mu special forces bwe namukubye nti mwatudde ekiro essimu kadi yagijjeemu n'atema kabashamba yadduse ate ebyuma byange kasojja mu simu kadi negyotaddemu eripotinga nti muganda wange avuddewo nze nzizeewo
shiriki
byuma kakati amanyi bakiririganya meeting eno gye babaddemu ate eggulo gye babaddemu eggulo bagambye nti nedda nga kiri tebakivuddeeko Museveni kyabakanze bagambye katukozese bupapula n'obupapula mbukwata babukozesako nga bewandikira papula nabo babuwandikako nembukwata
bewandikira papula nga
teboogera
abakuwangudde
atina bukwatako
nabukwata otya
bakikolako ne bagula ne bugundi buno bukyusa amaloboozi
anti obwogera naye akapapula bwempandika akapapula tutoloke wano
obupapula nabukwatako babukozesako nabo nembukwatako but don't you see that they tebasobola kyabanoninga
anti kakati
agambi yes omusajja agambi timumusobola ogenda I understand you are not easy to replace recruit others
bino byogera abakuwulira bulembagiza ku mukama wa President Museveni nti gwe babanga bino byonna obimanyi n'obiweereza mukama wa President Museveni ng'abasajja bano buli olukya beyongera kukyusa
omanyi Museveni enkola ye Museveni decision zetu zisobola
anti naye aluddewo ku kino ekyaba
anti nkugambye oyo tadduse ng'ajugumira yafuse mu mpale ono n'amugaa nti ayashuwayo ku lisiti kwoli n'amugaa nti kakati nze musajja bwangoba mirundi yange eye njagala okubuulira tumwebaze Museveni n'amujja mu kabineti newaabwe talinnyayo bamukyawa nnyo abajoze nnyo tumwebaze tasobola kuyita mukamwenge
then kakati Tamale oli bwagamba bwakwa assurance nze bamanya nti Dr. Soradan Chai nobeera nga nti atofaayo ne ku program tajja
ekyokubiri
yabafuga wano Dr. Soradan yabakyayinza wano ayagala mbe mu radio nenga walwaja
anybody who is involved in this organic case even if they are acquitted you find the International Penal Court blacklisting you for extracting organs. You cannot rule a country, you cannot be in government. Kyekyo kubya kadaga nankabirwa namubulirirawo nti balanga kibawandika abantu okulinana ewa minister nankabirwa babaana be bawandikira okulinana ewa minister nankabirwa gye bali
bagenda ne bakomawo
baliwa
mmanyi anti nange
nankabirwa ajja kudduka ekyo bakatajja kubeerayo nze mbasirikira busirikirizi waliwo omuntu yatwala abaana ebikumi ebyo bina namalo batundayo ne company najigala unakola
naye bazadde babana bano bali Tamale
aba refugees abasinga obungi kakati kankubuuza ababana balajana ebweru bamentioninga ko company mwe bava. Don't you remember that in Nakalema used to raid companies ezale bezali zaabwe ukijukira ekyo zaliwo omusajja kulabonyabonyanga ennyunga yesi waabwe Nakalema raiding amakampuni abagundi najja kama kampuni yakamala yisisi omanyi nti Hajati Mukwaya ne Bigirimana bali regulations ebintu ne mu government ne babakobamu mutani wa Kajiji natuliraho ddala mutani wa Kajiji omanyi buli lwaba omutamivu yefukidde tava mu kirabo
naye Tamale kati ekyo sijikiriziganya nawe olw'ensonga
ng'ajjako program
president yakyusa kabineti ye toyinza gamba nti oli ye yagisaawo
bafuumulamu
nze sirowooza nga Kajiji
terabagankosamu naye bwe yadduse professor n'abaddukako they have explained to this man suspend your activities. That's what I'm telling him. But for him he has fears nti government yegenda kugwa ayino giteka kafecha ina kusalira musefulia so if you eno yija agamba yasezala we
ali convinced tegena
yes
talaba bone
there must be there are going to be a political vacuum. If we don't grab it and feel it, another person will grab it.
Why is he convinced?
The government ani kugambye nti wa munju balina sente ntono okukola ekizimbe muzeya jangambe mulagiri ekishiri bakifule museum
ina mala bigam mutwali
alina bagamba lunako olumu tinja bagera we bali mugambe nti bali wanayingirewo mukoleshi wano ola vemi sin chairman waduka chairman meeting endala yajibaddemu
yayabudde mweno
bwevudde mweno endala chairman yajibaddemu nebamusuubiza omulimu nebamwene sente
Tamale tuli kuki kugamba eggwanga tulabekanga tuli kubona abaana bokasima yabavubuka abasajjo ba
batabanye eggwanga nabagamba nti all of the problems originate from the palace. Nembaga let me tell you Kenya teweranga kasoli wafu is a feud between two family members. Nti omu yanda mayininga business yamatanono na kasoli, let us be specific, kasoli gwebayo nona wani
bamaze natukiriza kumutwa
anti Kenya egule kwani. This is a family feud.
Obusuuzi bwa kasoli bwazebo
okudya okugera nabagamba nti balimba nti wali plan binga besi yakolagana nabo nenga mu intention yabo kukozesa special forces ekuba abantu bayinda itinge mukozi
ejo nabakituuka ko ekyo bakiyise
abakifunye
anti ngati ekyo bakifunye ekyo kati
era basanyufu nnyo bagala nalinda ited. Kakati what type of group do we have? Nabaganda President Museveni onako katonda ya mukuma. Abana bebalikera kuma kyo musawo kuba bagambe nti kabatume omuntu we Mombasa ajja kwata amajini. Agago. Bale pressing omuserikali.
Bayinza okusobola okusucceeding okutawanya President Museveni gwe no balema.
Anti ali Museveni ayina shiriki.
Museveni ali kuto.
Ate shiriki yema nyinto oli mukodomi wa Museveni oli muntu bebi gwo mwenda munyonyi. Echo tamale mutone galubindi neziwanda kale. Anonya nzita alabi.
Zikakusabe busabe. Chitukolere kigwe.
Kubanga ko mwenda mu goyagalo awunye kivundu bamufulumye kujja airport yedako ategere nti shiriki weri anonya nzita alabi.
Tamale
ko mwenda
goyagalo kusula
bwasuka bwataw bwasuka
tamale
bashiriki
goyagalo kusula kunyenyiza
nko kwata kaka sekondo mwako nento yako don't go to Uncle Sam
listen Tamale
kanonyanko Sam temugenda
tufa Tamale
kubanga elimu yawo
kusebe kino kulaba na Uganda
mwebakubera ebigwa mwenda munyonyi
mwekibanga kituwonya fabaga mwenda munyonyi
galubindi ziwandagale
gwogera okuba ebigo simmanyi naye bwekibanga tekiyamba bana Uganda mukuba ebigo tolinda nakulinda
shiriki
mukuba ebigo
ajuliyeko shiriki amanyi ga
kasatafa
nabaga nti eriye mwene eriye muyabalokozi nabaga nti eriye mindi bagita bishinde bitawanya eyine emitwe 10 bagifuwa mu taba nenjaga ne walaki ne bagifuwa bali bwerere ne bulinya omuntu lyayogera nga akuba kabina obona abana babonyebonye
nedda
abana bakubana
batwala bulikani
abafise mu mpale ba aita ko program za nzendo bebi ko mwenda
Tamale
kalenzi ko bebi ko mwenda
ekibuzo kali lwache ebigobete ko mwenda lwache ebigobete ko kwera mwenda
ebiba mwenda
lwache mwenda
njenko abaganda bakolera mu mwenda obote kumenya ali amanya abaganda yadduka wano nga bagala muwamba namale wabwe naku mwenda nakumona abakwata
ebigobete mwenda mu Buganda zitegezaaki
mwenda mu Buganda
anti zitegezaaki
fumutu balira Dumala yamba president singenta amagoko bamuto ku kisenge ngenta amagoko bamuto ku kisenge atina mukwata najjo mutasa na yebi mukuba
obude mutubika ko Tamale
yamba mukubaga lubindi zo ne mukubana muteka kutoka ne mukubba mpale na ajijjamu
yamba mukama yamba president Museveni
ademo nonyo mulenzo
yamba president
bebi ko mwenda
neda bakiriza nti go batagaza yamba president Museveni
anti bagala kunzita
president Museveni bwabata sobola kwejja ko balenza
ajaba tumi
bajeyo
anti
bamujeo
oli the statement zabwe nti yabagambye be relevant owulidde bwe bakinyonyodde
bagati be relevant kitegeeza kuba relevant nga bakitegeeza tikitegeeza kuba relevant loosely bwe kityo kina kitegeeza
kubeera mu jairu oba
kwasayira oba mukabuli nakyo bakyogedde nti okubeera relevant mu kubeera mu kabuli oba kubeera muzira
kubanga yubasino
oba kutoloka mu ggwanga
Museveni is an old man nze kamba muli omusajja gwe nasinze okutya yali tinyefunza yagala wunoza ne Uganda emyezi 6 nakuba baminisita bomala atubo kiboka empisi venyo ngali ku balkono yasenya manyo nabagamba nti bano babadde bagenda kuwamba ennyonyi tebajina sina mpingu kakati pilot bali muwambye bivira egundi terrorists tinyefunza amekansa ne tule gulu ne bamuyita janyonyi lolo nabagande mulwadde ne bamutumira bali kalege mukwano gwe nti agambye amekansa etudde yangoji briefing yajja ne motoka ze nasala mundinga kansa mwe yali etudde Museveni namutunuulira bwati tinyefunza bwe yabangadde ewaabwe nga helicopter hovering over convoy ye tinyefunza at his peak enyama yagigulanga Natete ngasula Kyengera ne basindika emotoka y'epaka Kyengera tujireka akasajja tinyefunza tuwamulabanga wanise empingu ekyuma bwe kiba kigaya amayinja osibira ku bulo
so olwokubanga ekyo kikola
omusajja bwagaya akataasa k'ennumba omuleetera eddebe y'ensenene omusajja nasimba amannyo mu mabaati nga bwagakuulamu emisumaali nomugamba nti ekikajjo kigenda mulema temuli bakkiriza nze ndamala ne Museveni emyaka 10 nabaga ndi Museveni ayina ebintu ebyo Museveni detects enemies from far bagenda ne bamugamba nti Mirundi awagira Bobi Wine he has crossed the red line yabaga Mirundi temumanyi I know what he is doing Mirundi cannot support Bobi Wine I was inflating Bobi Wine nembaga nti Bobi Wine muleka atambule he is a leading council buli omulaba wasikudde enfuufu mutume wa abantu mumanyi problem eriwo mu kisolving is helping you president yoyo umutegerera
bali bagala president yakushawe bayise bagala Bobi Wine
ambu ampite ne bagala bajambia ne bagenda naga atemyane nti ayina CD ayina buli kintu muleka muyira omuntu njamu bakwatirako ne bwo bafumula daluli na jambia kati omuholo sikuyina bona nina kana akabaga akajambia okawagaza musulu na kisula okaloba bibi na kisolo wekaliwona
otambula nako
akaholo
otambula nako
otyakachi hago lwacho okati
esawe ndi mutambale
so this is the situation Museveni's problem is known. Once a family expands, a leader cannot hold the power. Saddam Hussein was a very good man. Banaba just bafejitu batendekera mu 80s.
Kamaro kujibira ngobere mukuba tuliza ali jodi.
Tolo batina Liberia. Once the family expanded.